Hey, how is everybody doing? I know you all have heard the old adage that age ain't nothing but a number. So, today on Girl Talk with Virginia, we are going to talk about how you are never too old for change and growth. So, are in the midst of our 40 days marathon. Today is number 16. Woo, we've been going 16 days strong with Girl Talk, the 40 days marathon, where we dive into real issues of the professional woman. Are you ready today? Buckle up your seatbelt. Let's go, because Girl Talk with Virginia is about to start. So, have any of y'all, well, of course, you know the famous chicken KFC, right? Do y'all know the background story of how KFC got started, Colonel Sanders? Well, he was 40 years old when he first started selling his chicken out of a service station. So he sold his chicken dishes out of a service station at 40 years old. Talking about age ain't nothing but a number. And so throughout that time, after he started serving his chicken dinners, his secret recipe, right, got rejected over 1,000 times. You talking about being of age and having rejections after rejections and failures after failures. But guess what? He never gave up, regardless of how old he is. He went back, I'm pretty sure, and found how he needed to change and grow so that eventually he grew his franchise enough to where he sold it for $2 million. And back in the 80s, I think it was about in the 80s, that was a lot of money. And so Colonel Sanders is a living testimony that is never too old for change and growth, and you can prosper and have the things that you want no matter what your age is. So how would you benefit from changing and growing? No matter what age you are, there are benefits from changing and growing, and one of them is that changing and growing adds value to your life. That's right, it adds value to your life. So as you grow and you go through your life stages and you're going through your lifespan, it should be out with the old and in with the new. You don't have to wait until New Year's to be out with the old and in with the new. Change, development, growth is a lifelong journey. And throughout your journey, you're always adding value, because when you're out with the old and in with the new, there should be some types of life lessons throughout that transitioning from old to new. Change, growth. Out with the old, I'm going to change and grow into something better and new and use what I've learned throughout my lifespan and throughout my years to change and grow. And it doesn't matter what age you are, you always are able to change and grow, right? So, how do you think that your change and growth affects future generations? Because it does affect future generations. So how do you think your change and growth affects new generations? Give me some comments, some likes, some shares if you really feeling this is never too old to change and grow. So, number 2 is that changing and growing, it has a snowball effect. And no matter how old you are, you should always be striving for change and growth. But the snowball effect is that from generation to generation, the things that the generation previously did has a snowball effect into the next generation. Some people call them generational curses. Some people call it the family cycle. But whatever your family labels this snowball effect, it does have an effect on future generations. So, being that it's never too old to change, just think about where you're at now and think about what you want your future generations to look like. What do you want your legacy to look like? So right now, you would have to start implementing some change and growth to make the future generation, shape the future generation and mold the future generation into how you want it to look. What you want your legacy to say. What do you want people to say about, oh, well, Miss Jones was, this type of person and that type of person, and we can see that in her kids, her grandkids, her great grandkids, because she was this type of person. Now, was she always that type of person? Maybe not. But over years, as people get older, they change and grow, and they realize that whatever they lived or however they will live in previous years, They want to change and grow and develop. And it's never too late to change and grow. Okay. And listen to this. Not all changes are pleasant or going in the direction that you wanted to. So don't have that thought. But the thing about changing and growing and going through those uphills and downhills is that it develops strength. As you go through the changes in your life and you're striving for better and striving for growth, and the barriers that you have to overcome, the obstacles that you have to overcome, you're never too old to overcome those barriers and obstacles. But remember, they cause you to build strength, right? So overcoming sad and damaging things, they develop their strength. They help you to lead to progress. They help you to know that you can overcome certain things. They help you to learn those lessons and strategies and tips and how to overcome certain hurdles. That's why it's never too old to grow and change, because you always need to have a continuous supply of strength, because life always, no matter what you're doing and how you're doing, life is always going to have some types of barriers, some types of hurdles that you're going to have to overcome, right? This is real girl talk. See, these are issues that professional women face all the time, especially as you become an older professional woman. Then you think that, oh, I've been doing this for 20 plus years. I can't change and grow. I can't be different. I need to just stay the course and be who I am and how I am. That is not so. Change and growth is a continuous cycle, and you're never too old to change and grow. Okay? So what do you think about changing and growing? Right? Do you like it? Do you think it's never too old to change and grow? Do you think it's possible? Give me some comments, some likes, some shares. Share these videos, these shows, these Girl Talk episodes with other people so that they can change and grow, so that they can become strong as a community. This is what this is all about. The Girl Talk with Virginia, the Prosper Under Pressure, it's about building a community of strength so that we can grow together and be prosperous and not let the pressures of life keep us under, right? It's time to grow and change. And no matter what level you're at, you could be at 0 trying to get to 1. You could prosper under pressure. You could be at level 3 trying to get to 7. You can prosper under pressure. You could be at 9.9 trying to get to 25. You can prosper under pressure. But you do have to keep in mind that regardless of where you are and what you're trying to do in life, there are going to be pressures. There are going to be barriers. There's going to be obstacles. But guess what? You can overcome them and you can prosper. And remember, prospering is not only about money. It's about developing character. It's about developing relationships. It's about living life on your terms, your dream life, the things that you want out of life. That's what prosperity is. It doesn't always equal money. It's having an abundance of all of the other areas that you have in your life and living life on your terms, right? So we want to continue to prosper under pressure, especially as professional women, because that's when the pressure is on, right? So what steps do you think you need to change and grow? Hit me up on an email. If you don't feel like you want to share your transformations or the things that you need in the live Facebook Girl Talk with Virginia, then you can always email me at prosperunderpressure@gmail.com. And I am very responsive. I'm very attentive. And I want to make sure you have the things that you need to get to your next level. So tune in to Girl Talk with Virginia's. We're on this 40-day marathon. Today is number 15. And then after the 40-day marathon, we will be back to our regularly scheduled broadcast, Girl Talk with Virginia, on Mondays at 1 p.m. This is a time to grow, especially with the pressures of the coronavirus. It is time to grow. It is time to change. And this is a perfect example, these times that we're living in now, that it is never too old for change and growth. So I want you to remember, make sure when you change and grow, you're thinking about adding value to your life. you're thinking about how changing and growing. You think about that snowball effect that it has. You want your generations after generations to be successful and have this legacy of prosperity. And also remember that when thinking about change and growth, that it develops strength. The things that you go through, the barriers that you have to overcome, they all help to develop strength, right? So remember, I want you to be bold, be blessed, be a believer, and I want you to be in connection with Girl Talk with Virginia and the Prosper Under Pressure community, because we're going to continue to build strength, build community, build a family of like-minded professionals so that we all can boom in this season and live life on our terms, have the lifestyle that you want, deserve, and desire, and you know that you can do it even when you have the pressures of life, because the pressures of life mold you into your comeback for success. So once again, I want you to be bold, be best, be a believer, share, like, comment, and rewatch. Hit me up, connect at Prosper Under Pressure on Instagram and Facebook, and also follow me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You probably can search and find me under Virginia Manning, or you can go to bit.ly/PPL YouTube. Hey, these times of connections are very vital to help you get to your next level. And I want you to be sure to tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to be talking about how vital friendships are in this whole scheme of prospering under pressure, how vital friendships are in your growth and change, because they're very important. So thank you for tuning in today to Girl Talk with Virginia. You have been very, very attentive. You're very special to me. And this whole phenomenal of Girl Talk with Virginia is about connection, so that together we can become a community of women who are strong and breaking through barriers of life that try to keep us back from our due prosperity. Because if you work this hard, you are due a lot of prosperity. But sometimes it takes a little strength and a little help from a community to help you overcome those barriers. And Girl Talk with Virginia and Prosper Under Pressure is here for you. So see you tomorrow. Girl Talk for Virginia. Peace. It's been a blessing. And I love you all. Remember, go forth and prosper under pressure.